Hold tightly to the idea that we are social creatures. We're created just as social beings. We're made, we're developed, we grow into this sense of society and culture and interacting with other people. One of the great researchers and theorists of our time is the psychologist Albert Bandura, social psychologist. And over decades of research and application, he's come up with and all the people who followed have come up with a bunch of learning. And he espoused a theory called social cognitive theory and social cognitive learning theory. This is pivotal to us as practitioners, learners, and teachers. It is fundamental to the way we work. Most of us don't even realize that we're influenced by social cognitive theory, and yet we are. The carryover and the legacy of the previous couple of generations and modernity in general is of a very concrete way of thinking. And yet, born from modernity came this relational way of seeing the world. The sense that we learn and we think and we be because of the environment that we're in. And then Bandura developed even further this sense of role model. And we found, or we find, that one of the most effective ways to train people up in a new skill is to do it from a social cognitive learning perspective. We need to give them an opportunity and many multiple opportunities to grow in self-efficacy. We need to give them multiple opportunities to then explore their new skills in a highly controlled environment that is governed by a highly supportive leader. We also need to give them opportunity to observe role models similar to them performing the same tasks. And one of the most optimal ways the research literature shows us to do this is to get a new learner, a novice learner, engaging with a novice and learning with and from each other. It's all about the social interaction. As they become moderate in their skill, they can then go to observing someone else do it. So first off, you get an expert performing a skill, just up the front, showing them how to do the skill. Then you link the two novices together to learn the skill together, and you give them the freedom to explore the skill together in a supportive environment where the expert or the teacher can sit back and say, you did well here, this was fantastic, let's see how we can improve on this or that. You highlight and strengthen the positive things first, foremost, and mostly. And then, when the time is necessary, as they've built up confidence in the one or two basics, you then introduce correction of technique. They progress, you then take them into a slightly more complex environment. They progress, you then take them into a slightly more complex environment until you bring them and introduce them into the real training practice. You expose them to the fight and you say, you are now ready for the fight. Why? Because you've got the self-efficacy to do it. You've got the confidence that you are capable of doing it. It's a highly positive, highly proactive, and highly reflective relational way of teaching. And it's one of the best ways to get someone to achieve permanent, lasting, and positive change without destroying them and their sense of self-worth in the process. Self-efficacy is a topic for another day, and we will cover it at some point, I'm sure, because it is so important to what we do.